Spring is coming in. It's looking pretty good.
So glad these guys came back. Green succulent things at the bottom of this oak tree. These cool guys in the forest kind of everywhere.
So we found our first snake, inaugural snake. It's a very little baby snake.
Don't want any snakes.
We finally had time to rummage through the old trailer and try to find anything of value. There was a few electronics things I found, but most of it was just trash.
Ooh, a locked cabinet. I bet they locked up some more valuable trash for us to pay to have to throw away.
We raked around some of the bigger trees and did some pruning, as well as cleaning up some brush. A friend that was visiting helped us pile it all up, and we had some other brush that was left from some of the other times we cleaned up, and so we lit it all on fire.
The initial quote we got for the front door was about $2,000, and that wasn't in the budget.
We found a $300 door that was in a clearance section at a Millworks place, and it was just the wrong swing. So it was a swing from a swing. It went from a right to left, inside left, and we wanted to go from left to right. So what we're doing is we filled in all of the hinge divots, and then we're making new, I'm sure there's a more technical word for this, but hinge areas, and we're flipping it. So this is not for the faint of heart, or the people who do things right.
Or for the people who can afford $2,000 front doors.
We're going to the property right now, and they are framing as we speak. So I just had a meeting, I had to finish up, and we went there for a little bit this morning. We're able to see the guys chalking out the lines and kind of putting all the plans in place and making sure everything's ready to go. And the lumber was just delivered, and so they're going to start framing pretty shortly now.
So today while they're framing, I'm going around and pulling up a bunch of poison ivy that we keep finding around because Carlton's been getting it really bad. I haven't gotten it yet. Looks like this. These little guys. This is poison ivy. What, this is the second time you've got it?
Yes. There's all the way up my arm. It's not fun, children. Protect yourselves.
It's gonna be the back side of the house, and it's gonna open up into the bedroom. Can't believe we're finally starting on it. So that's the 14-foot. That's the 8-foot, the 9-foot. This is the living room wall, and this right here to meet a 9-foot window. So we decided to put that in, and it will also help balance visually the really tall stovepipe from the stove in this corner. So visually we needed something really vertical to help balance that off and let light in the room to really fill the whole space, since the vaulted ceilings are pretty tall.
We're done with the first day. We've got some nice tall walls here. Tall home, big plans.
Mm-hmm. Not anything really has gone wrong.
I caught 3 mistakes, so I feel proud of myself. So we'll hopefully have this fixed tomorrow. But everything's going well. And there's like one issue with the flooring of the what will be the office area. Because one of those ends is right over a window and a header, that's not great to have it because it's a wider window. So we're going to switch those to engineered I-beams that go from wall to wall. So that's the one big change that we're going to make, and that was kind of per the contractor. He wanted to make sure that it was strong enough, and it'll be a stronger floor. Dalton, Georgia is about 45 minutes away, and it's considered the carpet capital of the U.S. They also have a lot of hardwood and vinyl flooring options there, so we spent the day looking at flooring. We were gone most of the day for work stuff and life stuff, and we came back and we have a lot more of the interior in, as you can see. It's pretty good. Third day of framing. Things are going really well. Today, the big thing is making some decisions. So we have 2 main decisions we need to make. One is the stairs, figuring out what exactly we're going to use for flooring. And then the second decision is the siding. And both of these things we're kind of unsure about the finishes. And so kind of coming to a conclusion with the framing will help us make those decisions. But there's really an aspect of cost to both. There's kind of a couple of different ways that we could approach the hardy board and the siding. One would be to take and use what's called a reveal system, really aluminum-based trim around all of the hardy board. and that would give us more of a modern look for the siding, but at the same time it would cost almost $3,000. So I personally don't think it's worth it if we have to pay that. We got the quote back yesterday, and it just seems a little high for just kind of a real subtle accent. The other option would be to use the trim, the hardy board trim, to just overlap the seams. So that's a pretty common application. That's probably the most affordable. And then the third I like the look of best would be using some sort of backing behind all of the seams and just spacing it about a 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch. So between those three options, the easiest one is probably just ripping a strip and putting it over the seam. But the hardest one,
which is the ugliest option.
Yeah, which is also the ugliest option. And then probably the cleanest option would be the easy trim, or what's called Tamlin. Hopefully make something that won't break the bank but also will look good.
So crazy that like in 3 days our vision for the house has just totally come to life. All the hours that went into designing out every single inch is so great to see something that you've created to come to life to this scale. I've never created anything this large in my life, and it's just really, really awesome to see it come to fruition after all the time and effort you put into it.
In the trusses right now, and in the center there is a space right now where the girder trusses will go. So on this side there'll be normal trusses, but on the other side they'll stop halfway and meet a girder beam, and that beam will then connect to regular 2x12s or 2x10s, which will extend as a shed dormer over the stairs area. Thanks for watching our video. To follow along, make sure you subscribe and click that bell icon to get reminded when we post new episodes.